It looks like we are now finally live, and it is going to run as planned. So very briefly, a little bit about myself. I have been in the tourism and hospitality industry for over 30 years. I grew up in Switzerland. Actually, have traveled to many other parks as a kid myself. And of course, the parks have over time added amazing rides that I can't wait to go back and see and do. The focus really on this program is rides with culture. So when we looked at what's out there in terms of roller coaster parks and programs, they generally focus on heavy ride times and leave out the cultural experience and the countries and destinations we visit. I wanted to find the right balance. Now, it is still a 75 to 80% ride-focused itinerary, but we do have a little bit of culture, a little bit of art, a little bit of fun built in along the way to flush out the history of this phenomenal place and this phenomenal country called Germany. The trip will be co-hosted with my longtime friend Ron Frost and former co-worker Ron Frost, who has traveled on many coaster programs. So I will be doing the logistics and the guiding, and he will be focusing on the coasters, image of which you see right here. Our travel dates are June the 9th through the 19th. It is a Sunday beginning in Frankfurt. It is a Tuesday ending in Frankfurt. If you choose not to take the optional excursion, there is an optional program with 4 extra nights that takes you to Dresden, Leipzig, and to Hamburg, for those of you who have a little bit of extra time. As I stated earlier, we are looking for a fun group of people who want to have a little bit of culture, mostly rides, but a great time together. Minimum of 20 to guarantee private and exclusive ride times. If we have less than 20 guests, we will still operate the tour, but we won't guarantee or can't guarantee the private ride times. Maximum of 32 to keep it interesting and keep it good for everyone and make it as interactive and engaging as possible. So here's the agenda for tonight. Introduction, itinerary, a little bit of day by day, how you can book, and then, of course, the logistics part, the payment schedule, because we're getting quite close into the activities and the action now with the holidays. And by January and February, the bulk of the business will happen. And then we want to guarantee it no later than the end of February for you to make arrangements for the air and travel with us in June. This is a quick snapshot of the itinerary. It is roughly 1,200 kilometers or 800 miles covered over 10 days in very smart and short snippets. The longest day we will be driving is from the beautiful Rodelbahn in the Black Forest to Allgäu Skyline Park through the Schwabian Alp. Absolutely spectacular and scenic to do. The second day, which will is a little bit longer, is after the Tripsdrill experience outside of Heilbronn, and our way up to the Rhine Gorges and to the Phantasialand. Hotels. I have really looked and carefully worked with the suppliers in these various parks to get us the best deals in 3- and 4-star properties right on the property ground whenever possible for early entry and or late exit. Whatever will be offered during the peak travel times that we will be there. Programs for 2019 in terms of actual opening hours and all of that are being finalized by the parks, and I will share that as soon as I know in a further webinar. We have really made sure that they are comfortable accommodations in either double, triple, or sometimes even quad rooms. If you need a single room, that option exists as well. Arrival is very simple. Fly into Frankfurt. International connections from anywhere in the world into Frankfurt are very easy to get. We will be meeting in the arrivals hall in Terminal 1. You should make sure your flight arrives no later than 2 p.m. You will need to collect your luggage, clear customs and immigration, and we will be departing as a group at 4:30 p.m. If you choose to arrive in Frankfurt early, feel free to spend the night or two at the fantastic downtown area. It is a cosmopolitan international city and certainly great to visit. And just join us with the S-Bahn ride, which is right under the airport, to meet us at 4:30 for our transfer. If you need help with airline tickets, if you don't know how to do that or want some suggestions, I am a full-service travel professional with lots of air experience. I'm more than happy to help you. If you want to use mileage tickets or any other type of certificates or coupons, feel free to inquire. If I can help, I certainly will. Very first day, we will be meeting in Frankfurt and driving down to Speyer. Short 50-minute ride on a Sunday afternoon. This will take no time at all. I kindly ask, if this is your first time to Europe, to keep the jet lag experience in mind. Try to sleep on the plane, get some rest, and then stay awake that day until at least 8 p.m. That is why we are hosting a welcome dinner at the hotel. We will get the chance to meet everybody in the group, socialize, and get to know your fellow travelers before we start the next morning early with our first park experience. Make sure that you try to avoid taking naps. That is usually what makes people fall behind and having a hard time for the remainder of the trip. If you have traveled before, you know what works for you. If you've never done it, I'm more than happy to walk you through a variety of tips and tricks on how to do it. Then comes our very first day, Holiday Park Hasloch, a fantastic experience, great outdoor rides, some phenomenal roller coasters, and if we can, we will get an hour early entry into the park. The highlight of the park's attractions is the Big FM Expedition G-Force. It is best European roller coaster, voted by the Golden Ticket Award by American Special Journal Amusement Today multiple times. It is a spectacular ride in the beautiful greenery of Germany, and lots of other activities available, of course. We will be staying there all day before we then make our way peacefully down another hour or so on the freeway to the Europa Park Rust for our first night. This is where my heart beats faster. It is one of my all-time favorite parks. It has spectacular rides. The Swiss bobsled ride I did when I was a kid. Many beautiful roller coaster. It is organized in a country theme, so you have the area of Germany, the area of France, the area of Switzerland, etc. And the hotel will be right on the property at the Al-Andalus or the Castillo Alcazar. As well, a Golden Awards ticket. We are staying at the Europa Park for 2 nights. We will have plenty of time to see the park and experience what they have to offer. I have a quick little video here. If it works, it should play. Okay, we cannot do that. Okay, so watch it yourself on the YouTube channel. There is the Silver Star video. It is a spectacular ride that we will be doing up to 130 kilometers an hour. That's almost 85 miles an hour to travel on. Again, Golden Ticket Award winner for best roller coaster. And as I mentioned already, the hotel El Andalus or the Castillo Alcazar, right in the park, breakfast included, and an early entry and exit. The final details will be made available very soon when the schedule for 2019 is announced. Then we will leave the Europa Park for a short little drive into the Black Forest, past the city of Freiburg and Breisgau, to Hasenhorn, a outdoor Rodelbahn, basically a bobsled down the hill. You go up with the gondola cable car, and you ride down on this magnificent track with the view of this beautiful German town right down below. We will have plenty of time to ride here. Again, we will be able to exclusively charter a certain amount of ride time in the morning to enjoy this. Then we'll have a peaceful lunch before we travel on through the beautiful Bavarian Alp and the beautiful Schwabisch Alp, over through Tuttlingen and Donaueschingen, the birthplace of the Danube River, to the Allgäu Park in Bad Wörishofen. Most likely the accommodations will be in Memmingen, just a short hop outside of town, in order to get the most out of the ride that we're doing that day. The next morning at 8 o'clock, the park will open and we will experience Skyline Park Allgäu, another spectacular, highly rated outdoor park with phenomenal thrill rides and beautiful, beautiful experiences. The Sky Dragster is the newest edition. It is a 100% motorcycle type roller coaster, 2 people per motorcycle. It has 3G experience while riding, and it's been rated one of the best European roller coasters in 2018. Absolutely spectacular and something totally new for all of us. Then on the way, we are making a quick a stop in Bad Urach with an ode to my grandmother. We're staying at a lovely hotel right in town in this picturesque, quaint German town. It is right along the way, and it will make it perfect for us to get to Erlebnis Park Tripsdrill the next morning with plenty of time to spare before they open. Tripsdrill is the smallest of the parks we're visiting, yet it has some spectacular water rides, and it is very well known for its quaint settings. It's got a beautiful wooden roller coaster and several other great rides to enjoy. Last but not least, Mammoth, the wooden roller coaster, 60 miles an hour ride, voted best roller coaster in 2008, and they have just completely refurbished it and is reopening with the season for 2019. Very excited about that, and again, spectacular settings. And then, of course, you cannot visit Germany, in my opinion, having been to Germany many, many times, without stopping along the scenic and absolutely picturesque Rhine River Gorge, a UNESCO World Heritage Site with over 200 castles, the famous Rock of the Lorelei, the distraction or the goddess of the sailors to navigate them safely through this part of the twisting Rhine. We will be stopping along the way. We will have an overnight in one of the quaint towns on the way to Phantasialand, where we will end our trip with 2 spectacular days at Phantasialand. Again, the hotel is right on property, and there are so many rides to name. We will have plenty of opportunities to have spectacular actions and attractions, and there is some new stuff coming for 2019 that is still being kept under wraps. Tron and Black Mamba are the 2 famous rides, the fast thrill rides with spectacular settings. And again, one of them won the Golden Ticket in 2018, and one of them was the Golden Ticket winner in 2015. So that said, here's the fine print. Pretty short and sweet. Starts on June the 9th, ends on June the 18th. All prices below are listed as land only. If you want the optional extension, the return date is on June the 23rd from Hamburg. Hamburg has quite a few international connections. It is also very easy to just take the flight from Hamburg to Frankfurt and connect on to anywhere in the world you need to go. What does the tour include, aside from all the entrance fees and rides in the parks? 9 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 9 dinners. We kept lunch open because many of you will want to take as many rides as you can and grab a couple of beautiful snacks along the way, but we do have a couple of days where we built it in. For the extension, 5 extra days, 5 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 4 dinners. We left 1 night open based on the location for you to enjoy the city that you're in. And the pricing is ultra competitive. I kept it as minimal as possible with as many inclusions as possible. $37.49 per person, double occupancy for the base program. If you are booking in the next few days as a special offer, I'll give you $100 off for your reservation and deposit. The extension is $11.99 per person, and on the extension we don't need quite as many passengers to go. The opportunities there are a little bit different from a pricing perspective. However, for the main tour, we're looking for a minimum of 20 to guarantee the exclusive ride times. Furthermore, there's a $500 deposit due now, and then another $1,000 deposit due at the end of January, balance due on March the 30th. And again, that's right in line with most payment policies in order to get us safely over the finish line and onto the trip on June the 9th. Keep in mind that we require travel insurance or proof of travel insurance to protect you and make sure that your vacation investment is safe, but also that you have coverage in case of flight delays, lost luggage, and other type of incidents that can very easily happen. And if you need help, I am more than happy to issue a quote at the moment of deposit to get you secured with insurance. There is a very simple link to the Google Docs booking form. Keep in mind that the credit card will not be asked for on this booking form. That will be done over the phone for your own safety and protection. If you want to email me, it's very simple, Renee, Planet Traveler with 2 L's @gmail.com. Any questions you have, flyers or information requests can be asked that way. I will gladly respond. And keep in mind that I do need a copy of your passport. That is to assure legal names and making sure that everything is squared away, as most German hotels require us to provide copies of the passport before check-in, and I will be able to do this for the whole group in advance. You can simply take a picture on your phone and email it to me, or text it to me, whichever way you want. We will work it out together after you sign up for it. We will take credit cards for deposits, or you can mail a check. All that information will be on the deposit invoice for you. And as I said, special offer for folks who book by January 15th. As a result of this presentation, you get $100 off from the listed price to entice you to come along and share the word. And with that, I would say thank you very much for a great presentation, for joining me today, for the interest in this fantastic trip. And I can't wait to join and share those rides with you as we are visiting the beautiful country of Germany in June of 2019. Quick note for those who are watching this on a video. Again, the link may not be active, but you can email Renee, Planet Traveler with 2 L's for further information. And there will be a second webinar tomorrow morning. That's December the 15th at 10 a.m. Pacific time for those folks who are not able to join today. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to have you along, and share the link with as many people as you can. Till soon.